So tonight in Throne and Liberty, the servers will be going down at these times. This will last about 4 hours, and it will bring with it quite a few thankful changes. Some pretty great quality of life improvements, some balance adjustments, and some very important fixes that people were asking for. So let's get into the details and also compare versus the Korean patch notes, which they got earlier this week. So to start things off, they highlight a collaboration with Gamers Redemption, where we should get a dedicated article tomorrow, allowing you to obtain some actual physical merchandise depending on in-game achievements. Very likely you'll have to buy something and then you get these free on top if you successfully get the achievements in game. So you'll still have to part ways with your money in some way or another. But we do indeed get confirmation we are getting the Lunar event with its new rewards. They very nicely list out exactly everything we can get this year with those New Year coins, which includes the raid materials, but still a very low amount. But nice to see the unlock stones and conversion stones. If you look at the event blog for the Korean server, it highlights a bit more with regards to the new horse lanterns you can get, lucky envelopes, and the actual rewards we can get with those. But ultimately it'll be a bunch of solent and some housing items, with there also being an attendance reward list for the 2 weeks, along with login rewards depending on how long you're in the game, which includes some new food. This one here in particular allowing you to save your scorpion tail fritters and use this instead. But jumping back to our official patch notes, we can see the confirmation of those weapon balance adjustments. So Dagger is indeed getting that Thunder Bomb rework. It will no longer deal over double damage as a result of your bonus damage, if not triple damage when you were looking at PvP and the counter stats there. So all around it, pretty heavy nerf, but somewhat justified. Additionally, there is that change to the Delos Noah daggers. It got nerfed in one way, yes, but it actually got buffed in another way. Currently how it works, and as you can read with the description, it's going to petrify you if you're within the area for 1 second. And it says every second, but this was actually every half second. So what that meant was you only had half a second to react when somebody placed this down to get out of it. Now you should have a full second. Additionally, if you have evasion, since it's not going to trigger that petrification as often, it'll be half the amount of times, you will have a much higher chance of just evading that. Along with if you have some petrification resistance, that petrification just missing on you. Overall, just making the ability less oppressive. Staff with the mana regen, you can no longer gain that extra defense for any value over 3,500. That just means your defense amount is limited to about 700 that you can get through Mana Shield. Definitely nerfing this ability a ton. 700 defense, not exactly a whole lot when you look at the defense curve here. Just adding 700 if you have 3000 is only about 6 or 7% damage reduction, but it'll still be useful. You just can't get obscene values when you're, say, wet and using Inner Peace. But then they confirm here the addition of a new battle pass. It's very likely they copy and paste what we got on the Korean server like our previous battle pass, which just means we're getting these morphs and this Amatoi along with some more upgrade materials. But we'll confirm tomorrow. Battlegrounds are indeed coming to Wargames as a custom lobby option. Lower level skills will now have their monster damage scaling based on the level of that skill. Has no effect at the max level. Some visual effect updates for Siege, so the usurper, even if they're in stealth, are still easily visible. And finally, this massive quality of life with regards to the auction house and searching traits that you want to sell. You will finally be able to do this with tier 3 items like we currently can with tier 2 and lower items. They're adding some new lithograph book entries. This will allow you to get a bunch more unlock stones if you have some spare gear. And they're adding that new pouch, that new item to the raid's good exchange merchant. So once per week, you will be able to exchange 30 entropy shards for a guaranteed heroic extract item. I believe you nearly get 30 entropy shards every week that you do the raid, thereabouts, depending if you dissolve an item and if you're doing nightmare or not, but hopefully the drop chance for the traits is equally split across everything and you aren't just getting health regen. This might help us get heroic traits more often, at least bringing the prices down on some of those so we can finish off our builds. They confirmed they're also increasing the amount of Abyss tokens received through Amateur expeditions. As per the Korean patch notes, the exact amount was from 8 to 16 to now 36 to 44. And remember, you can do 3 expeditions at once if you have enough Amateurs, but you have to do the right expeditions to get these tokens here. They're adding a new glide morph to the Battlegrounds Merchant. You'll need 2,800 combat coins for it, and housing will get some new additions as seen here in the Korean patch notes for the Talandre Flying Whale and the Lasland Flying Whale. Really awesome stuff, and the prices for all of these should be as follows. A lot of Divine Beast crystals and a lot of Vital Stones required. And even if you don't like housing, just crafting these can get you a lot of Lucent. So if you've got spare time, they can be worth farming. They're adding a random option for your cosmetics. For artifacts, they're adding a display so you can see the exact probability on the different tiers of the stats in the stat conversion. So you maybe don't feel scammed here. I was lucky and I converted one stat and got it at the max value first try. And then some massive quality of life improvements for Tower of Greed here. So when you're progressing from one room to another within a floor, you'll no longer have that hallway of light cutscene thing. You will also have a chance to just skip that second room entirely. Additionally, all the cutscenes can now just be straight up skipped, and they're adding a scurry skill ability, so you can boost your movement speed by 100% while carrying an orb for a short duration. So yeah, huge quality of life improvements there, and Tico did confirm for the next season they will be significantly boosting the rewards. So there's hope that this gets a bit better, and these updates should make it an awful lot smoother to get through all those floors. There's a quick codex update here fixing some entries. Just be careful though, the Korean devs did push out that this broke something with the side story codex along with this achievement, so we might get the same broken stuff if it's just a direct copy and paste. They're adding rare recovery crystals and stellarite to the Catalyst event pass shop. That's the current pass we have right now, so you will be able to complete the extra activities, actually obtaining more star crystals I guess, and then being able to purchase those with them. The longbow is getting a fix with the whirlpool, so it will properly last a full 6 seconds, and your staff, Aridus, is getting fixed so that it doesn't drop off whenever you went and used a non-staff skill while you had it as a skill core. So that's why not all of you have been affected, just those of you who were using the skill core. So great to see they've actually fixed it already. Additionally, the orb, some of you were reporting that the Tevent's corruption wasn't properly triggering, and this was indeed because, again, there was a bug with this skill core, and then you were using secondary weapons, and you weren't getting that Tevent's orb effect all the time. So another great fix that people were hoping for. Otherwise, there's some more minor fixes here. An outfit from the Game Pass and PS, fixing some ground textures for Xbox, along with some more stability fixes for Xbox One S, along with some controller fixes. Additionally, they fixed, I believe, an exploit with the Battlegrounds. You were being able to leave with a bunch of buffs still active, so this may address that. But that's it, everything confirmed for the global update for tomorrow. As soon as the servers are back online, I'll make an overview video showcasing the new battle pass, the new shop items, and confirming these changes and if there's any new issues that pop up. So thanks all for watching, and we'll see you guys around.